AI is making its way into the world of rental cars, and the reception isn't great. You see, recently, Hertz started rolling out AI scanners where basically the car goes through this massive scanner and any new damage is flagged. However, it is causing some issues. And there are a number of reports, even in the short period of time in which Hertz has begun rolling out these AI scanners, where customers are claiming that they are being charged hundreds of dollars for extremely minor damage with a ton of fees tacked on. Or even possibly damage that shouldn't even really be considered damage at all and instead may need to be classified as wear and tear. Like this customer who was charged over $400 for a 1-inch scuff. And this story is actually wild, because according to the customer, he dropped off his car at Hertz and within minutes he received a notification letting him know that he had a bill for damage done to the vehicle with a photo attached of said damage. This is the photo that the customer posted onto Reddit, and if you're having trouble seeing that damage, let me zoom in for you. This is the damage that this customer was charged $440 for. And if you're wondering how this damage cost $440, well, it didn't. And this is where Hertz is getting some additional flack, because when we break down the bill that this customer received from Hertz for the damage, they were actually charged this. The fee included $250 for the actual repair for the damage, a $125 fee for processing, and a $65 administration fee. So nearly $200 in additional fees. Adam Foley, a different Hertz customer, posted this to LinkedIn, and he stated in this post a similar but different experience, explaining that when he dropped off his car back at Hertz, within 2 hours he got a $190 bill, but he was told that he would only owe $125 if he paid in full today. And whenever he went to dispute this fee, he really wasn't given any resolution options and was instead directed to an AI chatbot that did not give him the option to speak to a human representative, and it really just kept going around in circles, giving answers as to why the charge was made. An Atlanta Hertz guest had very similar things to say, and even I got to admit that this damage is a bit iffy. This guest claimed that she dropped the car off at Hertz after the 4th of July weekend, and again, similar to the other stories, within a few hours of drop-off, she received a $195 bill for Hertz for damage done to the car, only $80 of which was going to the actual damage, and $115 was going to additional fees like administration and processing. And this is the damage done to the vehicle. The left side is when the guest picked up the car, and the right is when she dropped it off. And this guest is disputing this damage altogether, claiming that this may not be damage and instead could simply be something like a shadow. In the case of this specific guest, she was told that she either needed to pay the $195, but if she paid today, she would only have to pay $125. Now, there are a slew of problems with this, and there are a ton of different reasons as to why Hertz is getting a lot of backlash. First is the additional fees. Now, according to a variety of reports, it's unclear if these additional fees are exclusive to damage found through this AI scanner, or if these are fees that are applied to all types of Hertz damage. Now, Hertz did comment on this specific question, and they said that additional fees that are applied to damage claims are determined on a case-by-case basis, and they are not a one-size-fits-all, nor are they more expensive because of the AI scanner. But there does seem to be a lot of skepticism around whether or not that's actually true, and I gotta admit, I'm skeptical myself. But regardless of AI scanners or not, the fact that these administration and processing fees are in many cases exceeding the cost of the actual damage itself, it is leaving customers extremely angry, and rightfully so. Secondly is the lack of personal touch and communication. To get a notification so soon after returning a car with damage without a real way to talk to someone or dispute that claim, and then simultaneously having a sense of urgency applied to you with the idea that if you pay today, you get a discount, it is kind of gross, and if I was in that position as a customer, I would be very angry. But additionally, and probably the biggest issue here, is the degree of damage that's being reported through this AI scanner. Now, I own a rental car fleet, and while it isn't even in the same league as Hertz, I do understand how expensive and frustrating damage claims that go unclaimed can be. And this is especially true if you're playing the depreciation game, which Hertz is. However, there is a line where damage really shouldn't be classified as damage, and it should instead be classified as simple wear and tear. And being able to take the nuance of a damage claim into account and determine whether or not a damage claim is true damage or wear and tear, I think that that's important, and this is something that this AI scanner is just missing completely. And to Hertz defense, the employees that are working at Hertz inspecting the vehicles are most likely employees that really don't care about the company's bottom line. And as a result, Hertz is probably spending millions and millions of dollars per year on uncollected claims because these employees just aren't getting the evidence and following through, which obviously as a business isn't good. But where Hertz is going a bit too far, as it feels as though they're using these damage claims as a profit center rather than a cost collector. In fact, according to a report from the New York Times, UVI, which makes these Hertz scanners, says on its website that its technology can detect 5 times more damage than manual checks and generate 6 times higher total value of damage captured. Basically saying that these machines are going to make you more money by detecting claims better and also being able to charge more for the claims. But a different take is also the fact that these machines are just so damn expensive that Hertz basically has to charge their customers an astronomical amount of money for claims in order to recoup the investment of the machines in the first place. Now, the unfortunate news here is that it looks like AI scanners are going to become the norm in the rental car industry, because Hertz, who owns Dollar and Thrifty, are rolling out this UVI scanner at different locations throughout the country. Sixt has a different AI tool they use. Avis Budget and Zipcar are doing the same thing, though the slight silver lining here is that Enterprise, who owns Enterprise, National, and Alamo rental cars, they actually don't use any AI scanners, and they didn't give any indication on whether they're looking to start doing this in the future. And so I guess if you want to rent a car from a big name rental company and you don't want to be screwed by AI, then rent from Enterprise. Now remember that my course, the Car Sharing Masterclass, is coming out with a 3.0 iteration on August 1st, so if you're interested in checking out the course, getting all of the new content, and getting lifetime access to all future content, we are raising prices come August 1st once the 3.0 is released, and so if you're interested in checking it out at this low price point, now is the time to do it. You can use the code OFFER100 to get $100 off. The link is down in the description below. And like always, you guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, comments, if you have anything to add, I would love to hear it, so make sure to leave a comment down below. And while you guys are at it, make sure to hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next video.